first question is a follow-up to a line of questioning you had with Senator Cotton. You told this committee that, quote, the executive branch cannot simply decide based on policy disagreements that it will not enforce a law at all, end of quote. Then you released a December 16th, 22 memo instructing prosecutors to disregard the law that established sentencing differences between cocaine and cocaine base. Your decision not to enforce the law ended congressional discussions at that particular point for a compromise. If DOJ claims that it will ignore the law by declining to prosecute a law that grew out of a bipartisan compromise forged in this committee, it's hard to see how members can trust the department about following any further bipartisan deals. So I'm going to ask you, would you withdraw your memo so that a meaningful legislative discussion can resume? And if you don't have a agreement with me, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, Senator, I want to be clear. We're not in any case saying that we won't enforce the law. In all the examples that we're talking about here, people are being prosecuted for violation of the Controlled Substances Act. It's only a question of what sentence we will seek, and this has been a matter of prosecutorial discretion. We do not in any way limit the judge. We have to honestly tell the judge what the drug was and what the amounts was, but this is goes to the question of what we will charge and seek. But we are charging these people with violations of the Controlled Substances Act.
On another point, the Department of Justice charged Nicolas Maduro with narco-terrorism and drug trafficking offenses, and the Office of Foreign Assets Control sanctioned him. Since then, the Biden administration has released $3 billion in foreign Venezuelan assets and authorized Chevron to drill. Does the Department of Justice still consider Nicolas Maduro a fugitive of U.S. justice? And if so, do you commit to diligently pursue his arrest?
To be honest, Senator, I really don't have any information. I know who Maduro is, obviously, and I know that he was charged. I don't know what his current status is. I'll be happy to look into that for you, though, Senator.
Will you answer in writing?
Of course, of course.
This will have to be my last question. I have strong concerns about competition problems in different areas of the economy. Example, I've conducted oversight and drafted legislation to address abuses in pharmaceutical, agriculture, and high-tech industries. Can you tell us what the antitrust priorities are for the Justice Department under your leadership, and are your resources following that priority?
Yeah, so our priority are both to prevent increased concentration in industries that are already concentrated. Agriculture is a very good example. Pharmaceuticals are another very good example, and therefore to closely look at mergers and to investigate them. And our other priority, and closely related, is exclusionary conduct by dominant firms. And we are doing quite a bit of that kind of work, as referenced by some of the cases we've filed. We're also looking at criminal violations of the price-fixing statute and others. With respect to resources, this is an area where we can always use more resources. We are faced on the opposite side with companies with virtually unlimited resources. I express gratitude for the Senate and the House for the Hart-Scott-Rodino merger fees bill, which has given us more money to even up the playing field a little bit.